Let's talk food. Let's talk feeling fat. I felt fat heaps of times. I don't know what your gauge is, but my gauge is generally when I put on a t-shirt that I have had for a long time, and all of a sudden I can start feeling it at the back. You know, like I get those kind of big gut kind of hips, and I can feel it rubbing on the shirt. A shirt that would normally be pretty loose is now rubbing. That's when I know I'm about, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 kilos too heavy, and drives me friggin' nuts because I just can't stand that feeling of, you know, just embarrassment or not wanting to take my shirt off. So that's my little gauge in order to tell me that I need to do some work. I need to get my shit sorted from a nutrition side of view, and also from probably an exercise point of view as well. They go hand in hand together, but I normally find over the years, I was a personal trainer for about 12 years in my youth. And yeah, one of the things that I realized with all of the clients that I'd been working with is that if you want weight loss, then you've got to be in some sort of calorie deficit. And it's great that you're working out, but the most important thing is that you can control your calories and what's going in. So I've tried a whole bunch of stuff. Like I've done keto, I've done things like Weight Watchers, like watching how many calories I eat, the size of meals. Just trying to be healthy, like just choosing kind of fruits and vegetables and being more healthy, less dessert, less beer, less all these sort of things. There's only one thing that really, really works for me and has been working for me now for a little while. It's managed to like consistently take off some weight because I like feeling not buff, but just functional, like not feeling the clothes stick to you and like that type feeling. The way that I do that is by fasting, and I do it about 5 days a week. I don't want to do it on the weekends. I want to enjoy my weekends and just relax into my weekends. And so what I do generally, this really works, and it works because I don't have much control, to be honest. If I was, like when it comes to food, because I have to be so disciplined in other areas of my life, like work, and yeah, there's lots going on, you know, like I'm the head of a charity, I do this, I do men's work, and then I also am the sales director for a big global firm. So there's lots going on, and I don't want to have to think about food as being another thing that I've got to worry about, concern myself about, challenge myself about. So I want to keep it simple. So, and I also want to kind of eat whatever I want, when I want. Well, not when I want, obviously, that wouldn't be fasting, but in the pocket, is that pocket word again. When I'm in my eating zone, I want to be able to eat whatever I want. I don't want to have to pick and choose. If I want dessert, I want dessert. I'm a bit of a sugar fiend. So the way it works for me is like pretty much Monday through, or start Sunday night at around 7:30, I'll stop, and then I won't eat anything until about midday the next day. So it's kind of like the 16-8 kind of thing. But I started on Sunday night so that it goes all the way through my week. And the only thing that I have a penchant for is coffee. First thing in the morning, I start super early, about 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, getting up, meditating, doing all that sort of stuff, and then start work at 5 a.m. Just because of the difference in hours. Sometimes I've got to work US hours, sometimes I'm working Australia hours. So got to be sort of up and at 'em by sort of 4, and then, you know, hit the desk by 5. So I've got about an hour there. So the only thing that I really, really love is that coffee first thing in the morning. And in order to stay within the fast, you can't have milk in it, because as soon as you have lactose, as soon as you have sugar, then it takes you out of your fast. So you can have black coffee, and if you have to have one, then you can have like one of those sort of equal or kind of sugarine things if you need, which is like 1 calorie. I've kind of weaned myself off that actually, which is kind of good. So I just have coffee straight. And the one thing that I found is that my body just thanks me for it. It just really does. It feels clean. And the good thing is that when I'm out of that window, I'm totally open for anything and everything from a food-wise, bacon, eggs, chucking it in. I want to think, nasi gorengs, you know, all the beautiful Southeast Asian foods that you love. And you know, if I want to have a beer, I can have a beer, or I don't have to worry about it. And then, you know, whilst you're doing your work week, if you happen to be working or not working or whatever, then during your kind of Sunday night to Friday night kind of thing, you just stay in that zone and then you're good to go. Like that's what I found, is that it really maintains my weight. Plus, if I train on top of that, bonus points. And I train probably 6 days a week. Then you're really, really working hard as well, and you're sweating lots. You're also burning calories as well. So it really, really works. So if you're like me, find it hard to maybe discipline around food, and yet you want to take off some kilos and things like that, I found it really, really good. You know, you can chop and change it. So, you know, it doesn't need to be 5 or 6 days straight. You can do it, you know, a couple of days and then come off of it and then come back in again. And it really, really helps. It's one of the things that I've found has really, really been the longest consistent way of me managing my weight, and makes you feel good. So yeah, I don't have the deep science around it. I know the basics, but you know, ask me some questions if you want about how it works. I can send you off some resources if you need, and if we can uncover together the deep science behind it. One thing I do know is it makes me feel good, and that's really, at the end of the day, who gives a shit about anything else? As long as it makes me feel good and it's easy to do and it's consistent. You know, consistency is everything. You got to be consistent, and that's what I found in a lot of things. Is consistency is the word. Discipline, yes, as well. But if you want anything to work, you've got to be consistent at it. So have a great day. It's first thing in the morning here, which is just lovely. The sun's coming up behind me. It's a beautiful time. And so I'm going to go hit it. All right. See you later.